She was young, fit, and a devoted mother. So how could she possibly have cancer? That's exactly what 39-year-old Crystal Mackey thought, until the diagnosis came like a freight train. Stage 4 bowel cancer. What's truly terrifying isn't just how far it had spread, so let's pull back the curtain on the warning signs we often overlook. It's how many clear warning signs she ignored, and how many of us might be doing the same. In the age of wellness, influencers, and fitness tracking, we've created a dangerous myth that being healthy equals being invincible. Crystal Mackey's story shatters that illusion. A mother of one, she described herself as very healthy and fit. Yet by the time she took her persistent symptoms seriously, fatigue, stabbing abdominal pain, night sweats, appetite loss, bowel irregularities, her cancer had already metastasized. Statistically, delaying a cancer diagnosis by more than 3 months can cut survival chances in half, particularly for aggressive cancers like bowel cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, stage 4 colorectal cancer has a 14% 5-year survival rate compared to over 90% in stage 1. There were intense episodes that drenched her sheets. Such profuse sweating can indicate various infections, but most importantly, certain cancers. By the time of her initial colonoscopy, the cancer had progressed to stage 4. This highlights a critical issue: the tendency to self-diagnose and self-treat. Nearly half of Americans regularly take steps to manage their health concerns without consulting a doctor, often relying on the internet or friends for advice. Bowel cancer is the second deadliest cancer worldwide, responsible for nearly 900,000 deaths annually. And it's no longer just a disease of the elderly. Here's where the danger of online health advice can lead to misdiagnosis. But at the time, neither the urgent care doctor nor Crystal suspected something so serious. The misdiagnosis trap is a significant problem in healthcare. According to studies, up to 23% of hospital admissions in the U.S. are due to misdiagnosis, leading to prolonged suffering and unnecessary expenses. Night sweats bad enough to drench sheets. Abdominal cramping so severe she had to be airlifted 280 miles for treatment. And yet she still thought it was a food allergy. Many conditions share similar symptoms, and it's easy to jump to conclusions without proper medical guidance. Rates among adults under 50 have increased by 51% since the mid-1990s. While this may seem like a quick and easy solution, it can lead to misdiagnoses and delays in treatment, which can have serious consequences. In her GoFundMe, she says, "The true weight of my struggle lies not in my own pain, but the potential loss for my son." That sentence alone speaks volumes. Cancer doesn't just attack cells. It dismantles futures, family structures, childhoods. This emphasizes the need for a more holistic approach to cancer care, one that addresses not just the physical aspects, but also the emotional and familial toll. Remember, being fit and active doesn't grant immunity against illnesses. Early detection is key and could potentially save your life. You can run marathons and eat clean, but if you ignore the signs, it won't save you. If you're concerned about a health issue, encourage your loved ones to seek professional medical advice and accompany them to appointments for support. The impact of cancer extends beyond the patient, affecting partners, children, parents, and siblings. It's a misconception that cancer is solely the patient's burden to carry. Colon cancer, in particular, has a well-known association with profuse sweating. Support our GoFundMe, engage in conversations about early detection, and push for better healthcare systems. This non-invasive procedure uses X-rays to create detailed images of the body, allowing doctors to visualize internal organs and structures. In Crystal's case, the scan revealed a shocking truth. She had 2 primary tumors, one in her colon and another near her pancreas. But this isn't just a personal tragedy. It's a societal red flag. But what's more alarming is what led up to that point. The first symptom she describes is extreme fatigue, and while common, shouldn't have been ignored. Given her active lifestyle, she likely expected a diagnosis like food poisoning or a stomach bug. Multiply that across 1.9 million new cancer diagnoses annually in the U.S., and the ripple effect is staggering. In fact, she attributed her symptoms to a recent trip to Mexico, assuming it was a food intolerance. This is understandable given the vast array of foods that can trigger reactions ranging from mild discomfort to severe illness. Fatigue in and of itself isn't always a red flag. However, when it persists, especially in someone who's used to being energetic, it's worth investigating. The deadly delay. How long is too long? On August 2023, Crystal posted a chilling update on her TikTok. "I only have months to live." The starkness of those words shook her audience. Then came the pain, which she initially treated with middle. This seems innocuous enough, except when it doesn't work. Stabbing pains in the abdomen can signal issues ranging from indigestion to appendicitis. Given Crystal's active lifestyle, she should have considered the possibility of something more serious like a bowel obstruction or perforation. These conditions require immediate medical attention. However, the biggest warning sign was the night sweats. These were not your average hot flashes. When these symptoms persisted for over 3 months, they should have triggered an urgent visit to the ER. What makes this delay even more concerning is that Crystal's condition worsened rapidly once she sought medical care. And it's not uncommon. We're not talking about a rare disease here either. Number 2, the misdiagnosis trap. Fitness doesn't mean immunity. On January 2023, feeling unwell, Crystal visited an urgent care center. However, the persistence of her symptoms should have raised questions beyond simple food intolerances. In Crystal's case, she later found out that she had a 6-inch tumor obstructing 99% of her colon. Moreover, this is not just a numbers game. Each misdiagnosis is a human story, a life disrupted by incorrect treatment or delayed care. But what's especially striking is that Crystal's symptoms weren't vague. It shows how dangerous it is when we associate visible fitness with internal health. 3. The emotional toll. Cancer is a family disease. On January 17, 2023, Crystal underwent a CT scan. Such a diagnosis is not just a shock to the system, but to the entire family structure. For Crystal, her most gut-wrenching concern isn't her own fate. It's her 12-year-old son, Mason. This is the part most often missed in headlines. For every patient, there are usually 3 to 5 family members emotionally and logistically affected by the diagnosis. In fact, studies show that a cancer diagnosis within a family increases the risk of other family members developing cancer. If you're experiencing worrisome symptoms, don't rely on the hope that you're too healthy to have a serious condition. Additionally, support systems play a vital role. Finally, advocate for improved healthcare. Push for more accessible, affordable, and efficient healthcare systems. This is not just a personal journey, it's a collective responsibility. So if you're moved by Crystal's story, channel that emotion into action. Remember, knowledge is power. Symptoms are signals, not sentences. And together, we can make sure that every signal gets the attention it deserves.